Oh, there we go. Alright, everybody. Everyone stay nice and calm while I get myself set up here. That needs to be muted. There we go. Sorry about the glimpse into infinity. That needs to be into live chat. Thank you very much. I will pop out of the chat bubble. Live chat, please. Alrighty, hello and welcome. Absolutely nobody who is watching at the moment. I am going to watch UWFI Bushido, thanks to the people over at Scientific Wrestling. They put all the episodes of that up, and I have nabbed them. So I'm just very quickly going to tweet this out that I am indeed doing this to get them views in, and then we'll press play in just a little bit. Library. That's what I need. Share. Copy link. Hey, Jonathan, what's wrong? What's up? I'm just setting myself up to start watching some Bushido. I'll be going in just a second. Just gotta send it out into the universe so that other people can tune in if they wish to. Whatever, paste, that'll do. Alrighty. So, I'm ready to press play over here. I hope to hear your thoughts as we go along. I've actually managed to master a little bit of the powers of XSplit, so hopefully this will work and we won't have to sort of scrunch up part of the screen for me to read the comments. Alright, here we go. And there we are. Pro wrestling. Just gonna crack myself a beer here. What a great noise. It is actually 10 o'clock in the morning over in Australia, which is, not a good time to be drinking, but it's not alcoholism unless I say it is. And here we have the introduction to UWFI Bushido. I quite like the theme song. Feel free to tell me how the sound is. I think it's alright, because I did run a couple of tests before I started. So you should be able to hear me and also hear the video. Here we have the introduction, which is the introduction to the whole thing. So I think UWFI Bushido got filmed well and truly into sort of the middle of the run of Bushido. Excellent. Good to see that I'm starting to stream at an alright time over in America, which is what I want, because that's where I get the grand majority of my views. I like people actually tuning in to see this shit. So here we are, Bushido, the way of the warrior. And this is, I believe, is held at the Budokan. Hello, ye lord, how you doing? And it is indeed UWF. It is in fact UWFI. Or U-Inter, as it is also known. This is the first ever show. Go Tans! You're still here! I thought you'd quit YouTube. It is a pleasure to see you all here. I also have a little prize for however many people we get tuning in today. So make sure anybody watching comments, because I'll be giving away one free copy of... I think I'll be giving away a free copy of Hollow Knight, because I've got a couple of those lying around. Binters. Not sure what you mean by that, ye lord. Exactly. But it is a pleasure to see you, Gotans. I enjoy conversing with you. So we're getting the fight card for today's show. It is Masahito Kakihara, Kiyoshi Tamura, a tag team bout. And then we also have Nobuhiko Takada taking on Tom Burton. The slaps. Fair enough. So here we have Kakihara taking on our boy Kiyoshi Tamura. Indeed, it is Kaki versus Tamura. Jerking the curtain of this show, both of these guys had made their debut back in the original UWF. And Kakihara runs his Kaki Ride shows once every year at the moment, and he beat cancer, so he is a cool dude. Everyone seems to say that Kakihara is just a great guy. And of course, we all know Kiyoshi Tamura. Reportedly 200 pounds here, which I believe. Slothmaster! I thought you'd been banned from YouTube because for some reason I couldn't see all your comments on my videos, but it's good to see you. So currently it's a 1 in 4 chance that one of you is going to be getting a free copy of Hollow Knight to give away to anybody. And yes, Kakihara did indeed destroy cancer. Excuse me, everybody, I've got to blow my nose. Because I've got the Rona. It's very cold over here in Australia, which is not something you hear very often. Excuse me. So yeah, I'll get the runny nose, which is no good. Thanks very much, Gotans. Normally, later on in Bushido, they'd be running... I think YouTube just hates you, Slothmaster. Normally, the commentators would be running over the rules of Bushido there, but I don't think they'd quite gotten the memo just yet. So we've got 1 fall for 30 minutes. 15 points, as usual, in UWF singles matches. So rope escapes are worth 1 point, downs are worth 3, suplexes are worth 1 point, and a suplex resulting in a down is worth 4. So, and I think this was actually quite a good match to start off this first UWFI show with, because these two guys, they are the best performers. It's got over-under clinch here. I like the struggle that these two guys sort of impart and everything.
We hope you enjoy this match. Two of our younger fellas, a lot of speed, a lot of ability. You'll see what the sport is all about tonight.
And the wrestling is very different from wrestling that any kind of wrestling you might have seen in the past.
Very high-paced, very jockeying. Nice low shot from Kiyoshi Tamura, spins round in a circle and takes the back. I love watching Kiyoshi Tamura work. He is the absolute best at this. Could have a good wrestling match with a broom. Nice palm strikes from Kakihara. A little bit of a headbutt there and a nice double leg from Kiyoshi Tamura. Selling the danger of the strikes, that he has to shoot in and put himself in a disadvantageous position. Yeah, Slothbuster. I'm not sure what it is about your comments, because nothing that you've put on any of my videos has been dodgy, but yeah. And yeah, the YouTube AI is the absolute fucking worst. So I did, I actually have been monetized after the however many attempts of it. It's finally happened. YouTube is paying me that ad revenue dollars. And so far I've earned 87 cents in 28 days. But the only thing that I changed between being monetized and not being monetized was I started putting on those silly thumbnails on the past few videos. And that's literally the only change, and for some reason that's resulted in me getting monetized now. Nice double leg from Kiyoshi Tamura. I really like Kiyoshi Tamura's wrestling. And it's a surprise to me that he didn't wrestle at school. He actually just did sumo. This is a nice face lock too. Like, it looks very painful, but it's pretty safe for old Kakihara. Nice sit-out escape too. And thank you, Jonathan was wrong. I do enjoy being monetized. Look, New Japan's interesting. They'll sometimes let stuff go. Did Sky Perfect TV do New Japan? Because if Sky Perfect TV did them, then you might get in trouble later on. Because they're kind of cunts about the whole thing. They keep, instead of claiming ad revenue, like Pancras claims the ad revenue, which I'm perfectly happy with. It is their fights after all. But Sky Perfect TV, they'll give you a full proper DMCA takedown, so it'll be an actual copyright strike, which can fuck you over. And rope escape from Masahito Kakihara.
But he continues the fight. What happens when you put a submission hold like that on? I guess the guy must be in tremendous pain. He'd have to give...
There's a real mean looking crossface there.
Now ropes, that means ropes
Not a huge fan of the way that Bushido was put together, because they run the nice kicks from Kakihara. I really like his striking. He looks very nice. Very high energy, very fiery. That was a pretty cool takedown from our boy Kiyoshi Tamura. This is a small package almost. Straight into a knee bar. This is a nice knee bar. That's good information, Mr. Yeelord. I'll keep an eye out for those Sky Perfect TV logos. Make sure that none of my shit has that on it, because otherwise, I don't want to get screwed over by them. Nice leg scissors attempt from Kakihara, and a really nice counter from Kiyoshi Tamura there. I honestly can't oversell how much I enjoy watching Kiyoshi Tamura wrestle. He is the absolute best at this style. And it's made even better by the fact that he can actually fight as well. And nice dueling toe holds here from Kakihara and Kiyoshi Tamura. Real classic shoot style spot. And a classic pancreas spot. Henzo throwing the fight against Kiyoshi Tamura. No, I don't think so. I think it just looks... It's rings rules. But I don't... So there's... limits to what Henzo can do, because he's usually much more of a ground and pounder, much more of a fighter. That's one of the things, but I think he was outsized, he was out-muscled, and Kiyoshi Tamura is quite good. And kicked him in the body a bunch, if I remember correctly. So I think he just ran out of steam. Henzo did really well in that, was that the King of Kings tournament? 99? Yeah, because he submitted, Mo Smith, who's a fucking heavyweight, and Wataru Sakata? Or was it Masayuki Naruse? Either way. Whoever he submitted, Henzo did very well in that one. Nice arm throw from Kiyoshi Tamura. That was a really nice hip on Seyanagi. Straight into Scarf Hold, Kezukatami for you weebs and nerds out there, such as myself. Not in the Budokan, in Kurokan Hall.
Also, if you'll notice in the front of to the top part of the screen.
No bus routing on this card. This isn't no Pancras this time. This is UWFI. So we've got... Who have we got? Got Masahito Kakihara and Kiyoshi Tamura here. We have Tatsuo Nakano, hence why he's in the bottom right-hand corner with his big, dumb, stupid fucking face. We've got Yamazaki, we've got Yuki Miyoto, and I can't remember who else. Yoji Anjo, I think. And then in the main event, we've got the Prince of Lies himself, Nobuhiko Takada, taking on Tom Borden. And yeah, Henzo Gracie is the best fighting Gracie in my opinion. I don't think... Well, maybe apart from Kron currently, I don't think there's been a better. Definitely not in that era. Bus is indeed putting out Muay Thai videos, doing this sort of bus rooting big DVD of combat or whatever again, which is pretty cool. Doing that with his current girlfriend and wife. I'm not sure what his current relationship is. Good rope escape there from Kakihara. And there's a nice safe choke there from Kiyoshi Tamura. I really like this style of wrestling. I've been watching some sort of more traditional stuff because I've been watching the old school wrestling reviews. Oh, nice counter. Good kicks from... Kakihara just no-sells a fucking high kick and then tries to Rolling Thunder Kiyoshi Tamura, which is pretty cool. But I've been watching old school wrestling reviews and just watching like American style pro wrestling. I fucking hate it. I can't watch it. It went down from Kiyoshi Tamura. Very interesting, that one. This is good stuff. These two guys, they're working snug. They're putting some stink on their hits, but they're staying safe. They're not like concussing the shit out of each other. It's really good wrestling. And it's a shame. The only pro wrestling company I can think of that does this style at the moment is Hard Hit. And I can't find their shit on the internet for love nor money. Even in... Yeah. So... As for Jonathan was wrong. What about the mid-90s American stuff? I was too young and just wasn't into wrestling at the time. Like, I was only 4 or 5 in the 90s. 1999, I turned 7, so that gives you an idea of, you know, my age. Like, I just wasn't into it. And so, looking back at that style, I do like the characters, but as for the actual wrestling, it's like, apart from Kurt Angle matches, it's just shite. I just can't watch it. And I'm not up to date with modern pro wrestling at all, because there's just so many hours of fucking old shoot style stuff to watch.
Tamura was able to get a few slaps and kicks in and break out of the hole.
Kyoshi Tamura stomping a mud hole, trying to soccer kick Kakihara in the head. And I didn't watch AEW Double or Nothing. I haven't watched any of AEW yet. They're I don't like their current sort of marketing style of fuck you WWE, just yeah, we're trying to be better than the WWE and all that. If that's what you're trying to do, if you're all constantly referencing another company, you're dating yourself as the second best company. At best the second best company. It's the problem that Bellator had and that Strikeforce kind of had as well. Nice throws from Kyoshi Tamura. I really like Kyoshi Tamura's judo. Like, it really surprises me that he didn't do either of those at school, because he just did fucking sumo. And he looks like Kyoshi Tamura does, so who knows.
And they're down in the wrestling position again, and I think Tamura wants to...
Don't get me started on WCW. Like, with watching all the old school wrestling stuff, I've grown to hate fucking Vince Russo with a passion. Sumo does indeed have some good throws, but just not as judo clean as Kyoshi Tamura's are. Hello, that one guy you never want to meet. We've got 5 in the running for our free copy of Hollow Knight. Tamura does... I don't think he still runs U-Styles. I don't know how much pro wrestling Kyoshi Tamura actually wants to do. Because he's just kind of... I think he's kind of done with the whole thing. I remember him showing up on Gunryu Ojima for that special rules match where he heel hooked that guy. And since then, I haven't seen anything with him in it, like, as concerns Kakutogi. He's not like Minoa Man, and he's not like Kazushi Sakuraba. He's not keeping his head in everything all the time. Oh, I lied. The last thing I saw Kyoshi Tamura in was that tag team grappling match on Ryzen. It's a pretty cool hold there. The scarf hold armbar, the telephone unlock from Masahito Kakihara. I will eventually cover Kazuyo Yamazaki versus JT Southern. I haven't watched it yet. If I remember watching JT Southern, he's really shit at this. He's not good at shoot style. Fucking Kakihara with those rolling thunders. They're a staple of his. He throws them out in every match, but he just barely ever hits them. And there we go! He's finally landed one. And Kyoshi Tamura sells it like death. I really like Kyoshi Tamura's selling too. Like, he gets over the pain of what's supposed to happen. Nice rolling thunder. Look at that. That's very nice. Oh, Kyoshi Tamura with a suplex. The story behind the match is very cool. Yamazaki was having none of JT being shit, so he proceeds to wrestle him. That sounds about right. Like, I remember I think I've watched that match, and yeah, JT's really bad at this. It is real Takada booking, that one. Bring in a big foreigner, have Takada beat the shit out of him, and then send him down the card. Good holds from Kyoshi Tamura. I find it really interesting that you can see like a lot of Japanese fighters, especially around this time, that came from this style. They're all stylistically very similar.
Kakihara again because he's showing a lot of heart. He's not giving up. He's escaping, but he's not escaping. He's just stopping the action so you can come back in and
Nice throw from Masahito Kakihara. Gives the headlock, the snap suplex back. And Kiyoshi Tamura selling his stomach for some reason. Slothmaster. Wrestling and judo is a great mix for a grappling base. I'll agree. I think that like an American style folk wrestling is, without a doubt in my mind, the best grappling base you can have. Like if you're just going to start from there. What the fuck happened there? Video gave out for a second. So we had a nice big fireman's carry from Kiyoshi Tamura into a straight ankle lock, and there we are, rope escape.
And there's the thing which a lot of people are not used to. Kakihara runs, he loses a point, he grabs the rope, but they applaud because they know he wants to.
It's quite possible that getting suplexed made Kiyoshi Tamura need to shit very badly. But yeah, American folk style wrestling is it's really good. The control that you're taught, plus the takedowns, it's very, very useful. And I think that if you wrestle at school, you're given like a huge advantage going into a later fighting career. Or even just a submission grappling career.
Both boys throwing kicks at each other, but the kicks don't have much on them anymore.
Nice entry into the leg lock here
He's trying to get in there and put
from
a
Kiyoshi Tamura.
wrestle the
God, I love watching Kiyoshi Tamura wrestle. Oh, straight ankle lock back from our boy here, Kakihara. Doing his best on it. Oh, selling the effort, selling the pain, dragging Kiyoshi Tamura away from the ropes. This is good wrestling. Oh, and Kiyoshi Tamura gives it back. Reverses the hold. And the tap there. And that is the end of the match. According to our two commentators here, Masahito Kakihara would in fact be injured from this. I believe he actually injured his knee, but they said that he had his calf torn in the submission. But that is a really good match to open up the first Bushido show here. Now the issue is, of course, that it's all downhill from here. The card, does not get any better. Kosen Judo, I don't really know about the two different kinds of judo, like whether it's Kodokan or Kosen, I believe, are two different kinds. It's all just judo to me. And I really hate the current judo rules, because they limit so much what you can do. Because it's kind of like, it's like where Taekwondo decided that it was the art about kicking rather than being a fighting art, and so it limits the rules and effectiveness of like hand strikes. The same things happened with judo. It's just due to the Olympic rules and everything, it's very much the art of throwing rather than the art of grappling. And as such, the rules really emphasize throws and the importance thereof, but it's just not as good. I quite like, there was a little while ago where you could just wazari somebody just over and over again. Like instead of being two wazaris and two wazaris to one ippon, and then that was the end of the match, you could just wazari a guy over and over and over and over and over again, and that'd result in if you hit the time limit, you just win by your infinite wazaris. So you could dominate someone by throwing them over and over again, but without that, it's just not as interesting. Kaki maybe does have a history of leg injuries. I don't really know so much about him, like in terms of his later career. I know a little bit about his time in the UWF and like training under Billy Robinson and that sort of thing, but after a while, like, there's this big blind spot in my mind between, like, 1995 and the last Kaki Ride show. Saku717, hello! A pleasure to have you here watching the UWFI with us. And Tatsuo Nakano, lump of shit! We're just going to pause if we get a zoom in of his face. I hope he gets a bloody nose. Taking on Yuki Miyato and Yoji Anjo Dagod. You know what, as much as Yoji Anjo is a fucking joke in terms of, like, shoot wrestling, like, actual shoot fighting, I quite like him, and I put him up there in terms of wrestlers and just people I like.
The other guy applies a good move or knockdown on him, he gets points subtracted. In the tag team, they both start
Fucking Tatsuo Nakano, though. Tatsuo Nakano. Look at that lump of shit.
if the other guy gets you into a suplex, which is a throw.
Nice low kicks from Tatsuo Nakano. The great thing about Nakano is you can always have a good match with Tatsuo Nakano. All you have to do is kick the living shit out of him, bloody his nose, and then take like 3 suplexes. And that's it. That's your Tatsuo Nakano match done.
And you can't get up.
Anjo is indeed a god. I love Yoji Anjo.
You know, 1 point for the suplex and 3 points for the down.
And of course, whenever I have this
Definitely far above Takada and Maeda in my estimation of like Japanese fake fighters.
Miyato going up against Nakano.
Loving the kicks from Miyato. Miyato has very fast kicks and looks great. I don't know very much about him outside of this.
Sciatic nerve when he goes to the back of the leg. That's a very, very painful.
Tatsuo Nakano, however, fuck that guy. He's so shit. My favourite ever Tatsuo Nakano match is his match against Masakatsu Funaki in the UWF, where Funaki, I don't know, I think Nakano must have pissed him off somehow, because Funaki basically spends the entire time no-selling everything Nakano does, and then just kicks the shit out of him the entire time. It's great. Nakano spins to the back. Nice sucker drag by Tatsuo Nakano. Looked pretty good. And Anjo did indeed have misplaced balls, but his balls must be like yay big. Like, I have no idea how they fit in his fucking underwear, because he's got big brave balls on him. Sloppy fucking entry into an armbar from Tatsuo Nakano there.
An amateur wrestler would have a lot of trouble fighting these people, these fighters, because they,
Miyato telling him to stand up, but he hasn't done the required thing when fighting Tatsuo Nakano. There it is. Slap him. Beat the fuck out of him, Miyato. That's what you need to do.
Now remember, you're seeing a lot of things happen, but in this fight, virtually
Brick, says referee Wada. I don't think this is Ryogaku Wada. This is another Wada.
wrestle, kick, and those kicks. Let me tell you, there's something about this low kicks that a lot of people don't know.
Tagged in. Let's go, Anjo. Mr. 200%.
Tags out, brings in Yoji Anjo in the
High kick from Anjo. Knees from Anjo. Oh, misses the takeover suplex. But straight into an armbar. Like, I like Anjo. He's high energy. He's fun to watch. And he's got great ring gear, too. Nice purple lights. Ryogaku Wada is thinking about getting a break there and then decided against it.
and also can wrestle.
What? Message retracted from Slothmaster.
Nakano more of your traditional
I don't mind that.
tags out again.
Send it again. Just say what you mean this time.
basically a tag match is the same as a single match. I mean, it's, you know, one person fighting another person.
Slaps from Yuko Miyato. That's what I like to see.
And if you get hurt, you can tag in with your partner and you have time to recuperate.
Miyato throwing a lot of slaps at Nakano, and believe me, those slaps hurt. He's using the palm, the heel of his hand.
Uppercut from Miyato. And then gets... Anjo tags himself in. Fuck him up, Anjo. That's what I like to see.
Nakano not looking to tag out. He actually probably should be going over and bringing in Yamazaki because he's been fighting a long time.
Fuck him up, Anjo. I think I got the story of this match. Is Nakano's going to be too tough for his own good. Shote? Do you mean Shote, as in palm strikes? Otherwise, I have no idea what you mean, Saku. John Jones backing out. I really hate John Jones. I think he's a terrible person, but I think he is doing the right thing by himself. I think that him pulling out Jorge Masvidal sitting on the side, A&D Beats. Hello, welcome to us watching UWFI Bushido. I'll keep going with my thoughts here. So I think him, Jorge Masvidal, and Henry Cejudo all backing out at the same time and saying, fuck you, pay me, is really good. Because the thing that the UFC does at the moment with its money, it does not pay the fighters enough. It does not pay them adequately for the risks they take. Yes, overhead punch. Shote! Excuse me, gotta blow my nose again. I got the Rona.
He's trying to get him in the double wrist lock, pull it over his back.
Anyway.
But he's
Yeah, Shote, so palm strikes. I am quite enjoying the palm strikes thrown here. But John Jones pulling out. I think them all coming together and saying, fuck you, Uncle Dana, pay us some goddamn money is the right thing to do. And I think it can only lead to better things for the remainder fighters. Because I think they've seen that people will actually, you know, stand by what they're going to do and back out. And Jones has indeed been champion for a long time, and is potentially the current Brawl for All champion. So it would be a shame seeing him retire and take the Brawl for All championship with him.
moves on you. It's not strength, it's leverage. And
So A&D Beats, by you commenting, you have entered into the draw to win a free copy of Hollow Knight, because I got a couple of extra keys of that, so I'll be handing out one of those to everyone who has commented on the stream today. Nice kicks from Yukio Miyato. I really like watching him. He's fun to watch. But Tatsuo Nakano, less fun to watch, unless he's getting the shit kicked out of him. John Jones working his ass off last year. He did fight a lot. I looked very beatable, which is, you know, something different. I think the scorecard with him against Dominic Hayes was fucking criminal. Like, I'm an accredited judge, MMA judge myself. So, you know, I actually have a half-decent opinion when it comes to MMA judging. Most of them have no fucking idea what they're watching or talking about. Kazushi Sakuraba said that Kiyoshi Tamura was very lazy around the dojo when it came to cooking and cleaning. I can believe that, because Kiyoshi Tamura was, like, the moment he came in, he was like Takada. He was getting pushed as a star. And also, he was actually, like, fucking tough. So I reckon he probably just kicked the shit out of the other young boys and said, fuck you, you do it. I can definitely believe that. Whereas Sakuraba didn't have that same look as Kiyoshi Tamura, and so probably didn't get the same level of push. Fucking Nakano, man. Doesn't have a bloody nose, so this match doesn't have what I want to see. But it does have Yoji Anjo, Mr. 200%, who I quite love. Yoji Anjo beating the shit out of Akira Maeda at UFC Japan 2. That is something. If anybody has a photo of that moment where Akira Maeda's like on his back with a bloody nose and Yoji Anjo's screaming at him, really send that to me on Twitter, because that's something I want to keep around. In my opinion, that pushes Yoji Anjo up in like the shoot work, like hierarchy. I'm gonna put together a video which is like the world's best fake fighters in real fights, based on their recorded like shoots and works outside of it, in the ring and outside thereof. Yamazaki tagged in and kicks him around the ref. Working the gimmick of the match, taking advantage of the unprepared Yoji Anjo and kicking him in the chest. And of course, the fucking the editing of this, it just frustrates me, because they skip over chunks of the match. But that is what we get with having the whole thing condensed down to 1 hour. Achilles tendon hold, the calf separator from Yoji Anjo. So it gets the rope escape and another entrance into the armbar. So it seems that Yoji Anjo is being put over for the... So is this Ryogaku Wada, the guy who would go on to be very big and just the hardest working fucking referee in all of Japan? It must be a very young Wada. Shin hold from Yamazaki. Something that is not legit at all. Hurts people who aren't ready for it, but otherwise it's just not good. Although, in the first quintet, I think, Josh Barnett tried to shin hold whichever Gracie it was, which I thought was pretty cool. Yes! Anjo knows how to have a good match with Tatsuo Nakano. Kick the shit out of him. Miyato's tagged in. This is what I like to see. More kicks. Just beat the shit out of Nakano. Nakano has done nothing in my actual knowledge to deserve getting the shit kicked out of him quite so much. But it is extremely fun to watch him get beaten up. Because he's very... He can take a hell of a beating. Oh, he's got his bloody nose. This is classic Nakano. There it is! The crimson mask of Nakano. That's what I like to see. Yes, referee Ryogaku Wada. The best referee in the business. Are we going to get suplex from Nakano? And the referee's telling him off, saying that he'd thrown an elbow rather than a forearm.
Yeah, they stopped the action for a minute. Wada said that Nakano hit him with an
Catchjitsu.com. That is Dan the Wolfman. I saw you fairly recently fight Yuki Kondo. I watched your match against him on the UFC Fight Pass. So, hello, Mr. Wolfman. It is a pleasure to have you on the stream. And Tatsuo Nakano's power is indeed getting the shit kicked out of him. Nice high kick from Kazuo Yamazaki. Yamazaki was very good at shoot style. I really enjoy watching him work. And it is just an absolute shame that Takada never just gave him the opportunity to be the biggest star. It was always fucking Takada. And yes, indeed, suplexes were 1 point in the UWFI. Could be 4 points. It is indeed on Fight Pass.
They've gone back to their corners and Nakano and Anjo going at each other again.
Tatsuo Nakano's nose is bleeding. Exactly what we wanted to see. There's no other reason to tune into a Tatsuo Nakano match. It's just... the only thing you're here to see is to see him get the shit kicked out of him.
Anjo didn't like that. He's upset. He's pointing to the elbow saying, hey, don't.
Ensign Inoue got in trouble with Nobuhiko Takada for calling UWFI wrestlers fake fighters. Well, what the fuck was Takada gonna do? I'd watch Ensign Inoue kick the shit out of Nobuhiko Takada any day of the fucking week. That'd be great. Because, in truth, most of them were. There were only, 2 or 3 UWFI guys that were going to actually have real fights. And only 2, in my memory, that actually would go on to be any good. Yeah, Tatsuo Nakano's got a real as heelish as he can be in shoot style persona. Yes, Anjo, fuck him up. That's what I like to see. So yeah, Tatsuo Nakano always seems to be just on the right side of cheating, and so there's a reason he's never doesn't win very many matches. He's just a jobber, poor fella. Ah well. What do we got going on here? Some variety of electric chair sweep from... Oh, and a calf crush from Tatsuo Nakano. Very interesting. So he banned him from the UWFI for saying that. So was that in terms of being a competitor or in terms of turning up and watching the matches?
Anjo escapes, loses a point. Nakano tags out. Yamazaki in.
Nice kick from
13 over Anjo's.
Kazuo Yamazaki, but a nice takedown from our boy Yoji Anjo. Mr. 200% working the grip breaks here.
Going for that arm.
It's a little bit lazy on the ground. That's part of the issue with sometimes why shoot style can be very... Shoot style can be the absolute best wrestling you can see. It can also be rank among the absolute worst. Because if they're on the ground, you've got to have that Kyoshi Tamura style movement where you're constantly jostling for position, constantly throwing strikes, constantly moving. Otherwise, it just looks kind of lazy. Nice counter to the takedown from Yoji Anjo and a good kick, taking advantage of Yamazaki being hung up with the ropes. Clonk. Nice kick too. After Pride tryouts, the next day was Hustle tryouts. Afterwards, Takada and Shimada asked Wolfman, where did you learn to use a fight style? I said it was from borrowing Dan Seven's VHS tapes. That's pretty cool. I was unaware you had tried out for Hustle. I don't think you were... I don't think you had the size necessary. Because Hustle was a lot, really about the monsters back then, as far as I remember. Guys like Goldberg or Meat Mountains, like the guys from Hammer House. Good kicks from Yuki Miyato. Down from Yuki Miyato. Miyato, very little grappling here. Good palm strikes though from Yuki Miyato. This is what I like seeing. Eli Easy E, the Game Hunter. Hello, how you doing? A pleasure to have you on board this stream, watching UWFI. Another down from Yuki Miyato. He's really pushing the strikes here, beating the shit out of Kazuo Yamazaki. And the UWFI was very stiff. Yes, Mr. 200%. Go, fuck him up. Nice high kicks from Anjo there. Gets another down. The only guy, the stiffest pro wrestler I can think of who was in shoot style is definitely Dick Rye. I swear he must have had to be taken aside every now and then out the back and told, you got to remember, this has worked. You're not supposed to actually kill them. His match with Volkan, where they're both in tie shorts, that one, he just beats the absolute snot out of Volkan most of the time in that one. And it is it's a good thing that Volkan is as tough as he is. And that's it. A good match there. And your winners, Miyato and Anjo. Ensign Inoue was going to be a fighter in the UWFI, but then Ensign Inoue showed up to watch an event, and he said afterwards, fuck this fake shit. That pissed off Nobuhiko Takada. Fair enough, but fair enough, Ensign. Ensign, like, he was either going to do full pro wrestling, he wasn't going to go into a place and pretend that it was shoot. Tom Burton, 32 from Florida, 5'10", 240 pounds. A bit of a hoss. He's got some stuff around the middle, but he's in the fucking jobber singlet, which is not what you need if you're going to win a match. And Nobuhiko Takada, not in purple here. I haven't seen your match against Kei Yamamiya, although I did recently put together a highlight of Keiichiro Yamamiya's Pancrase career and his UFC fight. That is going to be up on my channel in 2 weeks. So that is a really, really fun, a really, really fun little watch. Alright, here we go. Big Hoss, Tom Burton versus Nobuhiko Takada. And Tom Burton in the fucking jobber singlet, so we all know who's going to win this one. Burton's got a solid fucking pair of arms and shoulders on him, but the state of his goddamn hairline, he looks like he's got the hair of a 100-year-old man. Suplex Tom Burton, do it! No, he just snaps Takada to the ground.
That's the trouble with a lot of American fighters. They're either boxers, kickboxers, or wrestlers. You don't have many people like the people in the UWF International who know...
Trying to pick up the leg of Takada. Do his amateur wrestling thing. I can see the booking of this match. So, Tom Burton's going to amateur wrestle Nobuhiko Takada. Takada's going to submit him. And then Takada's also going to beat the shit out of him on the feet. That is my prediction. And he'll probably eat a couple of suplexes. I saw the match with Yamamiya a while ago. Love the shoot style. Trying to incorporate more of it into my wrestling. Eli Easy, the Game Hunter. Where do you wrestle? Because that would be something that I would like to see. If I was a bigger person, I don't carry enough mass to be a fucking pro wrestler. But I would like to just, make us around. Nice lariat from Tom Burton there. That's good. And he's into the arm lock here on Takada, but there's no way he's getting an armbar on Takada. And he's not selling the effort right. He's just pulling his hair back and pretending to try hard. That's not really good. Good selling of trying to make it look like a dangerous hole. Oh no, and he's grunting and groaning on the ground too. He's doing the Lex Lugers and yelling all the time, which is not what you need in shoot style. Got the straight ankle lock from Nobuhiko Takada. One of my favourite fucking oh, there we go. Nice ankle lock. Nice. One of my favourite gimmicks in all of shoot style pro wrestling is the fact that Yoshiaki Fujiwara is completely immune to straight ankle locks.
See right there, he knew he couldn't get, Takada knew he couldn't get the Achilles tendon hold, so he went for the heel hold, but in that split second that he let go, Burton escaped right away to the rope.
That's cool. That's cool to hear, Izzy the Game Hunter. I'll try and check it out. Honestly, Everyone always looks back at their own stuff and says that it's complete shit. Like, I look back at my first couple of MMA fights and I'm just like, oh my god, the fucking mistakes I made there. Even in the matches that I won, like my second win, oh god, it was fucking awful. Just straight up Gracie in action shit that I wouldn't want anyone to fucking watch. But yeah, you got to look back at it and think, you know what, this is an important part of my growth. Nice escape from Nobuhiko Takada into his own double wrist lock. And Tom Burton selling here. He's not quite got the hang of shoot style just yet. Come on, says Tom Burton. And it is indeed a double wrist lock. Knees from... yeah, he's doing the Lex Lugers. He's yelling with every strike and every move. Nice takedown from Tom Burton, but he's going to get double wrist... No, he's not going to get double wrist locked. He's too lazy on the ground, though. He's too slow. And so it doesn't sell the danger of the ground stuff. It's just not as good. So you're telling us there was really bad Eli the Game Hunter. That would make sense. If ever I were to pro wrestle, I'd try and talk the guy I was wrestling into having a shoot style bout, because that's what I like watching. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't have the Vince McMahon's. I don't have the look required. Too skinny. I also have to learn how to take a bump properly rather than just break falling. And the issue is that WWE is so prevalent that it's changed the whole style. So that everybody who does start off wrestling, they start off wrestling their goddamn WWE style, and it's just homogenized everything. The camel clutch from Tom Burton. Bear Magazine's centerfold of the month. Tom Burton right here. Getting a rope escape out of Nobuhiko Takada. So at least Takada's putting him over as a strong guy, which is nice. A little bit. But the state of his fucking hairline is awful. Like, if I was Tom Burton, I'd have just shaved. I'll have to look up Dennis Reed. I don't know much about him. Seeing as you two fellas seem to be talking about him quite so much. Seems to be an interesting guy.
Takada has his head and arm. He has the advantage over Burton in this situation. He can go for a straight armbar right now. And Takada looks like he's trying to go. If he can put that arm under his leg, which he's trying to do right now.
Arm lock from Nobuhiko Takada, telephone arm lock. Cool to see, and Tom Burton has gone to the ropes.
They're down to 14-12 with Takada leading 2 points.
Tom Burton selling the arm. Good to see Burton. I think he must have done some pro wrestling in America, but he's not quite got the... Oh, and he goes down to leg kicks from Nobuhiko Takada. Backstanding. Let's see these fellas go. Oh, we're going to see the replay of the low kick. Falls over in slow motion. Nice knees from Takada. Boots him in the face for doing a shitty job of selling that. Nice takedown from Tom Burton. That one was pretty cool.
The trouble with that kick to the head was Takada kind of wasn't in good distance for that when he threw it.
Takada does seem to be quite a charismatic guy, but yeah, I don't know.
If you would have kicked with a shin, that might have been a knockout.
Possibly spending too long on the internet made me not like him quite so much. Takada's doing a good job on the ground now. He's making it more active. He's moving around. Nice ankle lock entry here. Keep moving, Takada. Keep moving. Nice kicks from Tom Burton. Valet Tudo kicks. Goes back into a toe hold. Burton goes to the ropes. Standard. Fun fact, Jeremy Horn holds a black belt in ninjutsu under Robert Busey. Fucking ninjutsu, man! Ninjutsu is the fucking pits. My old MMA coaches, however, they used to do ninjutsu back in the day, because it was the only thing they could find with all-round sort of fighting, and then they worked out that they were sort of doing bullshit when they started seeing some MMA. Nice turnover from Takada into the armbar here.
An arm extension.
Going for the cross lock.
Nice escape from Tom Burton. But now they're just going to see it here.
Up and around. Well, take nothing away from Burton.
Ninjutsu indeed wasn't even a real martial art. I blame Black Belt Magazine for fucking ninjutsu. I'll tell you what, if you wanted an interesting sort of journey in martial arts, a nice kick from Takada and a nice sell from Tom Burton. But if you want an interesting journey in martial arts, all of the issues of Black Belt Magazine are up for free on Google Books. And I spent sort of a year just sort of scrolling through them and seeing the way that the reporting in that magazine changed from legit stuff like full contact karate tournaments, judo medalists, mixed fights like the stuff between Milo Savage and nice entry from Takada here. This fucking choke looks the pits though. Yeah, fuck. So, like, mixed fights between Milo Savage and Gene LaBelle, that sort of thing. Going from reporting that to reporting fucking no-touch ninja knockouts and shit like that in the 70s and early 80s. And then straight all the way back around to legit martial arts once the UFC came around again. It's a really interesting read, seeing how the martial arts zeitgeist changed through those years. Nice big suplex from Tom Burton. Stay down, Takada. Sell it. Get it down. Oh, no. He's got a single leg crab.
Well, he's going for a modified Boston Crab right now. It's a single leg crab. But actually, the way Burton really doesn't have much leverage in that. He should be.
Jeremy Horn being the closest thing I will ever get to a real life ninja. I'm not sure about that. That half crab looked quite nice, yeah. Tom Burton can pro wrestle, he just hasn't quite got the hang of shoot style yet. Which is good. Like, at least he's trying. But I can see why he's not wrestling in America at the moment. He doesn't have the 1990s Vince McMahon roided out of your fucking mind look that's required. Nice lariat too! Full crab! Yes! Yes, Tom Burton. Mind you, Nobuhiko Takada only lost the second Hickson Gracie fight because he went for a fucking full Boston Crab. Because he dropped Hickson with a body shot and then he'd stalemated Hickson in his guard for a long time and then he just drops back going for a fucking full crab and gets mounted like an idiot. Nice palm strikes from Takada. Fucking big, ludicrous sell from Tom Burton. And a nice takeover from Takada too. Oh, he's going to crab you back! Yes, Takada! And the tap! And that is the end of our first episode of Bushido 1. So, very quickly, everybody please comment once again so I can roll the dice and know how many people I've got to put in for a draw. Because, of course, we have our free copy of Hollow Knight to give away. So I'll just open that up. Open up a random number generator. Come on, you son of a bitch. Or I might just use dice. But I think we've got at least 8 people in the comments. Elazy, Slothmaster, Jonathan was wrong, Gotans, Catchjitsu, Saku, A&D Beats, and Ye Lord. Is there anybody I am missing? And that one guy you never want to meet. Alright, so we'll just type all those in. So what I'll do is I'll do the draw and then I'll send you a message on YouTube for the winner. So I'll give you all. But thanks very much for tuning in, everybody. It was a pleasure to watch UWFI with you. Please leave a comment or subscribe or whatever if you haven't to enjoy more Pancras and shoot wrestling goodness. And I will see you all next time.